What's up, everybody? It's Chorder back again with another episode of a blind playthrough of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. And when we left off, there's a whole bunch of playthroughs with the bucket, and we're going to continue doing that again. I'm going to do my best to refer to it as the pail, because we all know it's really the pail. But yeah, it's been fun so far. It's been a crazy experience. I think most of the first episode or the first live, that I did was mainly the original game, I'm pretty sure. And then we got into the bonus content towards the end, and I think that's where the Ultra Deluxe or the second, all the new stuff came in. And then the last stream was a shorter one, but we were exploring all the new stuff, and we got sent back to essentially the original playthrough area, but with all the new decorations and the inclusion of the pail. So, we're just going to keep going, and I think I'll probably have to refresh myself a little bit going through here, but we'll try some different things, and if we can, at the end, after I think I've exhausted everything, we'll hopefully be able to go back to the original stuff, because I think I missed some things. So let's just try it out. Let's just go. Here we go. Begin the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
We'll watch this again.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-eating, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy, and I'm happy.
One day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so I did change something in the settings. I made it so there's a reticle here. It was kind of annoying me when there was nothing, I couldn't tell where I was pointing. So this should hopefully be better, so I know where the thing's pointing.
Handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
So I accidentally closed the door there. I didn't realize there would be a whole nother dialogue option. Okay, let's try it again. See if the second time it just does the same thing or not.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No.
Yeah, it's the same.
This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself,
is wait.
Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me.
Come on.
In here I can
Let
be
me out.
happy.
Let me out of here.
I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by?
That's all right.
No longer had the ability to tell.
Well, now we know that
One
that
thing he
happens.
knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
Wow.
Actually, someday they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do.
Tell me what to do.
Just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Great. Okay, so let's not do that a third time. All right. Still can't open that. All right.
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Every time.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay, I see. That's fine. Remember that. Figurine Finders Committee. Okay, so we got to find some figurines. I think we're only missing one or two more. And then we did that. Not sure what that does. It says nothing, but I have a feeling there will be something we get. I like turning these off. Oh, input. Oh, but I already input a whole bunch last time. Do I have to start over again? That's sad. Okay, we're going to get that thing full. Okay, so this is our proper pail. It's property of Stanley. We're going to continue the gameplay with this.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
That's right. Okay, so this is where the bonus content usually is. But I think since we've opened that enough, this is it. We're living the bonus content.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, so when we went down the stairs, there was a whole bunch of buckets. That was fun. When we went up, it wouldn't let us out. We haven't tried the escape way, I don't believe. So we'll do that after. For now, let's do this.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yep, and we went in here last time and stood around.
Turned out to be correct.
So we're not going to do that.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
We're going to try the confusion one again.
The door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Don't think we did anything with this, so let's try it. But I can't remember. Maybe we did. If we did, we'll do it again.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh. We care about you, Stanley.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Intervention.
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
I like that. That's a great idea. But first I want to go in the broom closet. Anything? No. Okay. What about the fire? Anything with that? No. Okay. Nothing here, nothing there. Okay.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Oh, not the music again. Oh. This music is killing me. Oh, it's upside down.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Yeah.
Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What?
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No, I gotta give up the bucket? I'm not doing that, dude. I'm not giving that bucket up. What's in here? Nothing? What's in here? Anything? Nope. Nope. I'm not giving up this pail. It is the pail. It's the most important part of this whole story. Oh, yeah, they're gonna steal the pail from me. Not gonna happen, buddy. I will jump
Get it, Stanley.
to my death if I
Get
must.
rid of the bucket.
No, no, no.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Absolutely
A
not.
wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Nope. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm turning off the machine. Where's the power cable?
Now listen to me.
I'm gonna unplug it.
It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
None.
Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't
No.
get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want.
The fans love the pail, dude. Pail lives forever.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
No, it destroys the one thing we love. And that's the pail. All right. Well, we did not destroy the bucket, the pail, I mean, and maybe at the end we'll do it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
But we're not going to do it now.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
That's right. Okay, where's the input? Can we input the input? Yes. Oh, we have to be on this side for whatever reason. All right. Great, 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 great.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Nope.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And
Yeah, so-
it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left, to go back to the meeting room.
Okay, so we are going to go... we're not going to go across. Let's see what happens when we die again. Jump off the thingy.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
The narrator's voice of the bucket's great.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Beautiful.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Okay. That is definitely new. Alright. I think last time the other input was in the office. So I'm gonna try and get all these inputs done in that computer. So we're gonna go back to the office the proper way, see what happens.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Let's see what happens. Okay, somewhere red and blue. That's on the cargo lift. Some kind of game. Okay, I think we read this already. Just making sure there's not any new information. Wouldn't they just tell us something would happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, to be honest. Yep. Okay, we've done this already. We're looking for the figurines. Let's go in here.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Oh shoot, we forgot the pail. Oh no. Okay, I need to
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Yeah, we're staying here. We're gonna see what happens if we just sit around without the pail this time.
Baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because I forgot my pail. So I got to see this other miscellaneous things and stuff.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Well, you're mentioning it, dude. So clearly it's great.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
That's great. There's a 1 after the exclamation point. That's good.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Hey, wait. He said that in the last thing we did, didn't he?
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
No. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. We'll give it a minute. Maybe. Okay, we'll give it another 10 seconds or so and see what happens, if anything. Everyone, take a bite of your chips that you're eating right now while you're watching this. Take a sip of your Diet Coke and just hang in there. Oh, come on. Really? I need to go back for the pail. Okay.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus?
Fungus.
You can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
We'll give it a second again just to see. Okay, let's do it again. Can we close this? Anything? Anything? No. Okay. Well.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, we're going to go down this way again. Crap. Well, I don't have the bucket, so I don't know what's going to happen down here. Because before, it was the confusion thing. I think. No. When we were down here, I don't know. We'll see.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Okay, so I forgot the bucket or the pail, and it just had ended up being the same as it was before. So we're gonna try it again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
With the pail this time.
He missed a memo.
Oh.
The embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
So we're going to try that again with the pail this time. Okay, all the same.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply
Okay.
because I have no remaining stickers.
We did that.
If you did, you can come into a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Craps. Is it going to be the same? Yeah. Okay. We're going this way. Oh yeah, the whole reason I was doing this was to do all the inputs on the computer, so let's keep doing that. Can we open this? No. Okay, here we go. Alright, there was a Figly in here. Stanurine, but nope, not. We picked it up. And let us input. Yes, there we go. That's all the same. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Sheer luck.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
That's right. It's gotta be. Okay, there was a Figley there. Now there's not. Cool. Let's go down. Now let's go through the escape tunnel.
The elevator raced downward.
There was a museum last time, so we'll see.
Unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
Actually,
it's here for you, Stanley.
Let's not do that yet.
Everything will be fine.
Last time we turned the thing off.
Stanley and the bucket
I don't think we
straight ahead through the large door that read.
I don't think we turned
facility.
the thing on last time. So let's try it. I could be wrong.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
Never!
He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Let's turn it on.
The reality of his past began to sink in. Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Okay, so when we didn't have the bucket and we pushed on, the dude, or the narrator, ended up trying to nuke us. So we're going to see what happens when we're holding the pail this time.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the control.
Oh, I think we did do this.
Stanley gasped in horror. Had been the bucket's plan all along to take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust. Then suddenly, an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh yeah, this is it's the birds.
Silly birds.
Silly birds.
The control buttons became active again.
Yeah.
Stanley flipped through
this is worth doing twice.
Birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
The birds are surveilling us.
Controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best.
Planet says Bird Earth.
Was happy.
That's nice. Oh, that's a lot of birds that are alive. Okay, well, we did that last time, but that was fun to do again. I like the bird ending. It's good. Okay, here we go. More inputs.
Co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Yes.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
Input.
had simply missed a memo.
Ooh, we're real close.
How hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, so we're going to try and get all the inputs, so I'm just going to kill myself, and then
The bucket makes
input
him
again.
want to be a better man, and
The last one, I think, or
in
second to
time,
last. We'll
perhaps,
see.
He would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No.
No,
Mind. The bucket was wrong.
it was wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room,
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Beautiful. All right, let's get these inputs here.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Inputs, where are you? Okay, let's check the inputs to make sure. And then we'll go up to the office, I think, again.
No.
Oh, hey.
Orders were still missing. For now.
Did we do it? What do we do? Stanley Heaven? Okay. What if we push all these buttons? What happens? Oh boy. This might take a while, but I feel as though we need to press all of them. So sorry, everyone. Oh wait, some are lit up. Okay, let's press the lit up ones. Or is that just a different color of blue? Oh no, are they lighting themselves up again? Oh boy, come on. How close are we? Oh no! Stop it, buttons! No! Okay, those are good. Okay, I don't think we can. Okay, so what? What do we do? It has to end at some point, right? If it doesn't, I'll just cut to the actual next loop, I guess. Yeah, it appears it's not possible. I feel like there's some way to actually complete this, but who knows? It is making me dizzy. What do we do? Narrator, come back. Okay, let's try all the lit up ones to see if we can actually do it. I just realized the music is saying buttons. Okay, so those don't stay pushed anyways. So what do we do? Well, it appears there's nothing to do. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit here for a little bit and hopefully something happens. But if not, we'll cut back to the start right now. You're welcome. That's stupid. I appreciate you. Yeah. Well, they are. Oh, okay. Okay, I stared at that thing for way too long. Nothing happened. So I guess that's just Stanley Heaven, and you stay there forever.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Yep.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
No.
The bucket turned out to be correct. No, never mind.
It was wrong.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
So we'll do that at some point. I don't know if that does anything different, though.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room.
We're going to go on the
somewhere
lift
else.
here.
Cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or
Okay.
how this bucket was speaking to him.
We unplugged the phone
The lump
last time,
was because-
so let's not
But
unplug the
Stanley
phone.
chose not to think about this obvious fact.
Or
He
no,
was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
yeah, we, I believe we did answer the phone last time, so we'll do this. We'll check back at that again just to make sure, but for now, let's do this.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
You're right, it's a pail.
Step in here for a moment.
It's a pail. It's a pail, not a bucket. It's a pail. Is this a bucket?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Oh boy.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No. It's a pail.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket.
It's a pail. But okay.
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Still, it's still a pail.
Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket.
Oh boy.
To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
We got a lot of choices to do. It's the same thing.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Yep. Makes sense. We'll get them all right next time.
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless, is that what you think?
Yeah.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Oh man, we have so many good choices if we do this again.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets.
How? No.
Entirely.
No.
Okay.
No. Don't you do it. Oh.
What happened? Is everything gone?
Because everything's a bucket.
Disappeared. Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. My God, I had no idea.
That's right.
But, except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know
Wonderful.
that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Well, at least he admits that pail is
All
everything.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's see if we can pop the balloons. Okay, this way again.
This was not
We're going back.
to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge
Yeah.
was the place to be.
Employee lounge,
It was,
something
and the bucket turned out
lounge.
correct.
Who
Well,
cares?
no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else.
Somewhere else. Let's go.
Yeah, good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
All right, we got this. We're going to do all yeses this time.
No, stop.
Ah,
There on the wall, you see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point.
everything's going to be a bucket.
How could you think it was okay to bring
And then
Yeah.
we're going to do the right answers.
The problem is that
I think.
you actually don't know what
Yeah.
is a bucket and what isn't a bucket. I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior.
We'll see what happens. You know, I don't even know at this point
True. My goodness.
what's what, so we're just going to
We
do
have
it.
to do something about it. This misunderstanding could
This
have
is the episode where we try everything.
the rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Well, now we know everything's a bucket, so let's go.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
It's all a bucket.
Simply enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I should write this down. No, for the first one. I'm gonna write it down.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
It's not, but
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
this one is a bucket.
Item 3. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a
I'm
bucket.
writing it in my notes, just to be sure we get the right answers next time.
Item 4. Is this a bucket? What? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
And this one is a bucket.
Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket.
Oh boy.
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Okay, so I guess we'll do nothing for a minute and see what happens.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
It's nothing, but we'll say yes.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yeah, because pale.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so it ends the same if we get everything wrong.
What happened?
Because we got everything wrong last time, so
gone?
let's get it
Why
right.
did everything disappear?
See what happens.
Was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're...
Okay, let's begin again. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace. Protective, yet delicate. Assertive, yet compassionate. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
Yep,
telling him that
it's all right.
the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it... never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
So I'm not sure what to do, so we're going to keep trying stuff.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good, said the bucket.
We must exhaust every option.
All the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why
I still need all the figlies.
speaking to him. It
Which
should have alarmed him, of
The
course,
red
because
and blue door were part of it,
chose
but I
not
can't have the bucket with me.
obvious fact.
I mean the
He
pail.
was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Yeah. Let's go.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket?
I know what a bucket is because I can
suppose
see
that
in my
would explain a
notes
lot about your behavior
what is what.
to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness.
No, yes, or no, yes, no, yes, both,
This
no, I don't know, no.
could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment. Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay, let's do it right this time.
This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's go.
Begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Now we're going to just do nothing and see what happens here on the both one. since it's a trick question.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
We'll see what happens. We'll give it a minute. We'll give it a few seconds, you know. And if nothing happens, then we'll just select one, because it's both. Okay, nothing happens if we do nothing, so we'll just hit yes.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Nuh-uh. Didn't get me. This one's no.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
No.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket. Which
It's going to be the same. Again, really?
Is that what you think?
Give me another option.
Straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Well, technically, yes. And then no.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective.
Your
what is a bucket?
perspective.
Isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence. And now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is?
Yeah.
Am I a bucket?
No.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go. What happened?
Okay, it's the same. Well, I was hoping there was going to be another option, but there was not. So it's fine. Let's keep going.
I've never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Okay.
Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need.
Now, what have we not done yet?
The bucket tightly to his chest.
Escape. We haven't escaped.
The door on his left.
Okay.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
A few more things we need to do.
The bucket calling to him, telling him that the
I'm
employee
going to try answering the phone,
was simply the place to be.
and then
And here it was.
I'm going to go back in here without the bucket again,
No, never mind.
so I can get the Figley.
Wrong. Stanley took the door on his left.
So a few more times going through this way. But
No.
I'll try and be fast.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah. Let's go.
Cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay.
In here.
Figley, where you
Go into
is?
this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Okay.
Now pick up the
We might have done this, but I can't remember.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Oh, yeah, we did this. Okay, gotta find the Figley. Figley, where are you? Figley. Yeah, I think I have to. Oh man, it's all right. It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just click the bucket. Yeah, Stanley, it's me.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Just looking for the Figley just in case.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley?
Figley?
Me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else. You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal. It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it. Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket.
Just checking everything.
It's a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no, I'm
Beautiful.
having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket?
Can we blow this
Hear
out?
what the bucket has to say.
No.
Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
13, huh? Must be the amount of time in this loop.
Stanley, give me the bucket.
this say?
Give me the bucket, Stanley.
Jazz Nights with the bucket.
Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Okay, that's not it.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
All right. So we're going back to the red and blue room.
When
There are
Stanley
doors.
came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting.
I can't remember which door it was, though.
Perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Nope.
It was okay.
It was okay. Did he say anything else? I don't think so. It was just okay. All right.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
There's probably something over there.
Investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact
Well, we'll do that after we do this.
the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of
All right,
this,
Figley.
but I really do want to
Come
help
to
you,
Papa.
to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
I can't remember which door it's with, so we're going to go to the blue door.
Stanley, this is
Blue door.
important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I think it's the red door, but
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Figley, where are you?
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option.
Okay.
This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
So when we did this before, we were like, no, let's not do that. We're going to go here. But this time I'm going to go here and see if anything changes. Nothing.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
Let's switch it.
Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free
let's say yes.
to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
I think it's the same, right? Are we at the end again? At the bottom? Let's see. I bet a rat beats us. Yep, a dead rat. Okay, let's go this way again. Yeah, same.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again,
Yeah.
honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
It's still the baby, maybe? Yeah, it's still the baby.
The baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
Yes, they will.
But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
Oh, good.
So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Yeah, it sucks. We're just gonna let it die. Sorry, baby.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Both.
If it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for...
It's over.
Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Yeah, the creep tower.
Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Beautiful. It's the open world game.
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley.
Me too.
It seems there's even more.
Let's go.
Let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Open world game. Let's go. Let's venture to the open world. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, no, it can't be.
An open world game.
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
No, let me in. Oh.
Thank goodness, Stanley.
No.
Call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
It's going to be great, but okay.
Get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something...
The race car game?
Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Okay, I'm not going to fall into the goal this time.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Yes.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big...
I get to run fast here.
Around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
What happens if we go here?
Okay,
Nothing?
so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley,
Good.
Here's the ball. Have fun.
All right, here we go. And go. Go. Got to get a goal here. And not fall in.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one
no.
generates a certain amount
This is harder than you think.
of renal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Multiple, huh?
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it?
Yep.
Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Oh, boy. Balls everywhere. Let's score. Can we score, please? Yes, we are scoring. That's good. Let's get all of them in.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley?
Yeah?
Are you having fun?
Uh-huh.
Is this a real video game?
It is.
Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
No.
Right. Your little
Oh.
fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows?
I think I
You're
will.
an inventive kid. You'll come up.
I think I really will.
will. After all, you're the one who knows best.
Mm-hmm.
Take care, Stanley.
It's good. So we left it. Oh, and he made us slow again. That sucks. We're slow again. We don't have the balls. I think I have to go down in the stupid hole where I have to kill myself. That sucks. Well, we'll take the time to walk all the way to the other side and see if anything changes, but I have a feeling nothing will. Unless we can go up here now, this little racetrack. But I don't think we can, because we couldn't last time. I didn't see what happened if I put the ball in here, but I don't think it does anything. Let me in! Let me in! I have to go in this stupid hole again. That's fine. We'll just jump in and then jump off the tower thing. All good. Let's go. To the hole.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
It's good.
How will you run?
Yeah, it's the lonely version again. I can't remember how to get out of here. I think he just yells at us for being alone. Well, I don't mind it. It's fine. It's totally fine. Oh gosh. Okay, I am lost here for sure. Okay. Look for the light. Maybe. There we are. Oh yeah, we should probably follow the numbers. To 427. Here we are, CIA office. Great. Yay. Okay, there's nothing here. So now we leave again, and then he talks to us.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon.
Very soon.
Very soon. I can wait.
Can you? Yeah, I think this happened before. That's fine. All right. Now we go in the red door.
I had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Going through the red door this time.
Well, perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I like how they changed it to say, it's okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
All right, red door time.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Good.
Someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yeah.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
Let's get the fig leaf.
The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop.
I need the fig leaf.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
No.
I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Does it matter which one I go through? I don't think so. Figly, come to me.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Oh, it's this thing. But where's the figly?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here,
No.
right in this moment with this...
Give me
No, wait.
the fig
Where are you
leaf.
going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley. No! Oh, thank God you lived. No. What are you doing, Stanley?
We're dying.
I'm asking you not to take this.
I don't think I can get it without the bucket.
I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing
I think I have to destroy the bucket. And then we can get the fig leaf, maybe?
Stanley,
let's try it.
Let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
We'll try killing ourselves quick, but...
God. Is this really how much you
then we'll do the other one.
Game? But you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? Mm-hmm. You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Nope. Sorry, pal. We're just looking for the fig leaf.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Well, sorry, pal. That's all I can do.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I'm
going back.
Sorry. All right, so that didn't do anything. So now I think we have to go through the escape door this time with the bucket. Yeah, because that didn't work. So let's do that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No, surely not.
Nope.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. Mm-hmm. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
No.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Large room, lots of boxes. Somewhere both red and blue. Okay, so... Both red and blue. So maybe we have to go through the blue door and then the red door. Shoot. Let's try that first. Then we'll go back and then we'll do the escape thing.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
No one's following me.
As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere.
Yeah.
This adventure, he decided, was for all of them. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had
sprint. I need the sprint function.
Telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay, so we're in a large room with lots of boxes. I don't see... Oh, there's the fig leaf. Let's get it. Let's get it. Nice. I don't know if this was here before, so maybe we'll try this without the bucket and see what happens.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And
So
now
true.
We have them all.
That's right.
You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines.
Figler and Marines. So true. Okay, but can we get back up? Oh, we might be able to. Okay, so I need to try this without the bucket. See what this is. Oh, is it just nothing? No, it's something. It's something new. Oh my. This is nice. I missed it the whole time. What's this? Let's play it.
Okay, this is day number 295. Take number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
Is that Stanley's voice?
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can
Make a music video.
monetize it.
That's right. That's right. Make a song out of it, dude.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
Yeah.
This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there? Caporata. Kelvin.
Oh man. Well, it's really funny. I think this edition came out like 5 months ago. I think that's around the time when the Pale music video came out. But man, I wish I would have known about this back then, because yeah, it's perfect. If you say the Pale lyrics with the thought of the bucket in hand in this context, it just makes sense. You know, take me where you want to. I'm just going for the ride. Don't lose your focus. Keep on moving. Which it's great. It's perfect. It fits right in with this. So, I don't know. Good. Right on topic.
This was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Okay. So,
What new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's
both
find
red
out.
and blue. So we're going to go back to the red and blue.
Clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the direct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket...
Then we're going to try that
Telling him.
warehouse thing without the bucket.
Lounge was simply the place to be.
Ah.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Okay, let's get to the red and blue doors.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Both red and blue.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see?
Oh, no.
There.
Wait.
It says, no buckets past this point.
Oh, crap.
How could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior.
I think I have to put the bucket down, but
if that's true. Well,
I don't think that works, though.
I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly.
Unless it is in the escape
So much
thing.
of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay, we're going to see if it's in here, but I don't think it is. I think it is through the escape door. This is
Now then,
purple and blue.
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll
Yeah, we're going to have to
tell
go
me
back, I
whether or
think.
not the thing I'm...
Okay. All right. I think we got it. I think it's in the escape thing.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Wait, whoa.
What could it mean?
Whoa. What's
Stanley
the
decided to go to the meeting room.
What
Perhaps he had
the-
simply missed a memo.
spoop? What's the... Whoa. Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Dog mode. Can we click that? Can we do dog mode? Oh, yeah. Alright.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Nope, not doing that. Checking the files.
Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket.
Yes, it is.
It was.
I like this. Can we turn it off? Yeah. Let's keep it on. Let's keep it on. That's good. Okay, both red and blue. Both red and blue.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's try going the same way.
Not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt
see what
the
happens.
bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And
Nope.
here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Let's see if anything changes.
To go back to the meeting room,
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room.
Go
somewhere
back and
else.
restart
Cargo
and
lift, yes.
see what happens.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this
Okay,
point.
so that doesn't work.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to...
Yeah, it must be the escape room.
What if the problem is
Or the escape hallway.
know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay, we're gonna try it again and see if the office is all messed up again. This is a bucket.
Now
Oh,
then, I'm going to run you.
sorry. Not a bucket. Oh, what the flippers? What the flip-flop? Okay, come on. What are we doing here? I guess let's keep trying that and see if it just changes every time.
Yes, the bucket. Yes. I love that bucket.
Is this for an important?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Somewhere both red and blue. Okay. I'm gonna restart again. Okay, so now it's normal.
All of his co-workers.
Okay, so I hate to say it, but we're gonna have to do this a few more times.
Decided to go to the meeting room. One man, one bucket, one chance
Okay.
to seize their destiny together.
So we'll see if that's normal
Touched the bucket
when we go through the
This was not
bucket game,
to the meeting room.
restart,
Stanley had
bucket
felt
game, restart, bucket game, restart. Let's see what
telling him
happens.
that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yep.
And here it was.
All right.
The bucket turned out to be cool.
I'll cut this stuff out
Never mind. The bucket
if
was
it's if anything
gone.
happens.
The door on his left to go back to the.
Let's see if it's the same. Oh, it's the same.
All of it.
Okay, let's keep resetting it.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we?
I'm gonna try resetting it in a bunch of different ways.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley.
I think we need the bucket though.
Meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed. It's bucket time.
It's bucket time. No, still the same.
Wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted. It's bucket time.
Okay, let's keep resetting. No, it's still the same.
His co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps it's bucket time.
Okay. Yeah, so it must be random maybe?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
back to
decided
dog-
to go to the
dog
meeting
mode.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Come on, dog mode. Yeah, baby. This is both red and blue. Is there a Stanley here?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. Nor did
Okay,
it
we're gonna have to go through
advance
the escape room this time. And then after that, we're gonna do the warehouse boardwalk thing without the pail.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, really? Oh, did I do that? Okay. Whoa. Was it open the other way a second ago? I don't know. Okay. Somewhere red and blue. That's the red doors and the blue doors. I don't know. Broom closet? Show me the answer.
Stanley, we must move on from the
Okay.
broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
This place is red and blue, but we already got the Stanley that was here. Stanley Urine, or Stanley Figley Urine Lee. I don't know what it was called. Figley Urine Stan. Okay, this is, there was the original one was right here. Not there. Okay, come on now. Where's the Stanley? Somewhere.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket...
Stanley, where are you?
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay. Oh no, we did find one in here. Right there. Okay. Escape room. Escape room. Let's see. Nothing.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Yeah. We need the Stanley fig.
The door behind
Figurine stand.
Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death.
It's all right.
Each of them.
It's fine. We gotta see what happens. Okay, that's red. So, are we gonna get it on the way down or something? Yeah. Okay, where is it? Give me it. Give me it. Give me it. No words, huh?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
It's not a waste of time. It's great. And it stops.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Figly, where are you? Figly.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
All right, where is the answer? The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You're standing at the precipice of knowledge, much like a bucket itself. The human mind is frequently empty within a cavernous void. But through the use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we truly have. Well, we really have. Will you take what you learn here with you out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness? I think that's a question, but it ends with a period. All right, that's fine. Let's go.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Oh, that's a nice painting of lots of buckets. 25 buckets. A photograph of 25 buckets. The greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to this many buckets at once. I'm certain that's more than 25 buckets. A bucket with 2 handles. Oh my. This bucket is depicted as having 2 handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Oh, that's so true. Who would do that? Who would do that? Just look at it. You can't do that. One handle or none handle. That's what I always say. There's nothing over there. Okay. Next exhibit. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control over it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains. No one can control a bucket. So true. So true. Okay, left or right? Let's go this way because there's an exhibit right here. The stress bucket, an analogy. Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of reassurance. Vulnerability equals size and strength of the bucket. Coping strategies equals holes. Rest and relaxation, doing something you enjoy, rest and relaxation. Stress equals the level of water in the bucket. Okay, so as the water level drains through the... Okay, so you release stress through vulnerability and you get rest and relaxation, doing something you enjoy. Okay then, the stress bucket, presented without commentary. Oh, lovely. Well, I commented, sorry. Oh, that's nice. Cave drawings. I've seen these in real caves before. And this music came on when I was in the cave. Yep. Petroglyphs of buckets. I mean pails. Paletroglyphs. That's what this is called. It's a paletroglyph. I'm trying to hear if they're saying anything about like a bucket. Nope. They're saying Camburata. Does that mean something? Cave drawing. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. So true. I only started making the song Pale after I saw this cave drawing in a real cave. It's what inspired me. For real.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
No Figley yet. The hanging bucket. Oh, really? This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance, inevitably, is for our own good. Oh, I can reach it. That freaked me out for a second.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
What's that? Oh,
let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine.
Okay.
Don't reset the game. Don't
Opposite.
give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander.
Are we going to turn to a bucket right now?
A new vision.
I hope we just emerge as a bucket. That'd be great. Are we a bucket? I don't think so. Oh, craps. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Okay, alright, let's get out of here. So that's always there. Okay. Okay.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I'm going to try the red and blue thing because the escape thing was not it. So let's try again. Actually, I guess first I'm going to go to that little boardwalk thing without the bucket.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stan,
Oh, crap.
I think perhaps
No.
we've gotten off on but in his
farts.
eagerness to prove that he...
Dang it. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's be fast this time. If I die again, I'll just cut to the part.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, let's go up here and there. Okay, so I don't think there's anything over here. Let's check, just to be sure. Be nice if we could go down, but I think we might die. We may try that at some point. Let's go in here, though.
Stanley had now
It's the same
gotten
thing.
himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Okay, I have to find the last Figgly Stanley. Okay, alright. We'll do it. We'll find it. Alright, we're back. I had to eat a piece of pizza because I was hungry, so we are going to continue. I need to get this darn last Figgly. That's what I need.
The workers were gone.
So we're going to check the red and blue door again.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nope. You missed a memo. You memo misser.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee
It's got to be somewhere over there.
just to admire it. It was okay. But
All right.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, let's go. Red and blue door. Come on.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yeah.
I'm not your enemy, really.
You're on the wrong foot
I
here.
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What?
Okay.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Well, there you go. He was right there.
And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment.
Stiggly Wiggly.
This is a real accomplishment.
Good.
This is doing something just for the sake of doing it.
Wonderful.
Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So,
No.
instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Oh, I see.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Let's go this way. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's see what happens if we go into the meeting room now, because there's supposed to be figurine stuff there. Whoa, there. What's this crap? It's freaking me out. What is that? What is that? I don't like that. That freaks me out.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figures. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Yes.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Yeah, I like this memory zone. This place was nice. It's like a castle, but not a castle. Good times. Well, it's more like a dungeon than a castle. It's a dungeon in a castle. Ah, yes. Ah. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. So nice. So serene. The serenity is just next level here. Memory zone. Zone Sweet Zone. Yep. We saw that. 2013. That's all good. Do we have any more bad reviews to read? Okay. Wait a minute. Do we go down here? Wait. Let's check this first. Okay.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain?
Yeah.
We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
It's over here. Wait. Hold on. Should I have grabbed it? Whoops. I might have messed up here.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You
Oh,
found
crap.
one all on your own, just by poking around.
I should have gotten the other one.
bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Okay, let's go back, because I need that other one. Oh, I can't, can I? Dang it. Really? Can I actually not? Ugh.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
Yeah, it was this one.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, behind the boss's office. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
I'm super mad I didn't pick up that first one. Dang it.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
It didn't happen. Memory zone, man. But I'll take it, because I missed that one. Okay.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Nice.
Enjoy.
Let's see it. It's like Windows Movie Maker. Oh yeah, it's like old school YouTube crap, like Halo collectible or like tricks videos. That's great. Man, that's good. That's about as nostalgic as it gets right there. We just need some Breaking Benjamin instead of this music, and it's perfect.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
That was
I spent
great.
a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
What was that noise? Oh, nice. We're good.
And then, Stanley, we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Can I find the first one again? Oh.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Dang it.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction.
Thank you.
That feels.
Perfect. That's good, because I did miss that one.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors.
Oh, you can get more. Oh,
I must
gosh.
say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Just going back. Dang it. I was really hoping I could just go back for that first one, but now I'm seeing I still missed it. I can't ever get that again. Oh, that sucks.
And here's where I made that video.
Do we see the video again?
The video we watched. Yes.
That was
I loved
great.
that video.
That was good. That freaking video, man.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
10 out of 10 room, for sure.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
What happens if we go here? Nothing. Okay. We just never see that one again, I guess?
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it?
I don't know.
Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh, what the? Oh. Yes, the OG collector zone. Oh, the jump circle. More jumps.
Terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
More jumps. How about that? More jumps. Dang it. More jumps.
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Oh, come on, really? Oh, we're good. Okay, they all go to the same place.
And before everything else, there was your office.
That's true.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
Mm-hmm.
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good.
Oh, retire him.
Telling this story.
Come on.
So very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay, is this like... Wait, oh, I can't do that. Is this the actual last time? Because I want that other Figley. I truly do.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. It's bucket time.
Okay. The content door's not there anymore.
Stanley touched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Well, I can't go back to the memory zone, so let's just do it again. The OG way, the real way. Oh.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
So this is all normal now. But we get to do it with the bucket this time. So that's great.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom project, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
Darn.
If I did, you can get... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Any figglies in here? No. Because the boss knows that, but the boss knows what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Beautiful. Just so beautiful. Anything? No. Anything here? Same. I would imagine this music will be the same, but let's make sure. Yeah. Okay. That's all the same.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
He did not.
Or in his bliss of simply being near the bucket, did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
What happens if we do nothing?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
So, same thing.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Do we do the escape one this time because it was so weird? No. Let's just all right, let's just do this. It's fine. All good.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Nearly, but not
Everyone
quite.
in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Yep. Everything's fine. Oh.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
No.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Nope.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Be full of stuff.
These questions raced furiously.
Go
in
places.
Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
Never,
he
ever.
and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Yes.
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait.
The bucket's got other plans.
Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
The building.
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
No.
Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Mm-hmm. Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
I could walk around. Okay. Oh, what? I thought we were supposed to do it one more time.
His co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
You're not supposed to take the bucket?
Simply missed a memo.
No, because that's still there.
When Stanley came to it.
Okay, what the heck? I'm not sure what I forgot. If anything. Get all the figurines. Did the crazy thing. Went down the lift. I don't know what we didn't do. Well, I will end it here. If I figure out what I was missing, that'll be cut into the video right now.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. Wait, Stanley said.
Okay.
Can we go back up?
Okay.
When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
Nice.
Bucket said nothing.
Mm-hmm. Number 3. What's with the number 3?
Here we are, said Stanley. No, I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Well, he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah.
Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. After taking some time to show the bucket around the boss's office, Stanley at last went to the keypad, where he began eagerly pressing the number 3 again and again.
Again. Yep. That's nice. Okay, but nothing's happening. I guess we keep trying it until he says something? Or we just do the elevator thingy again? Maybe not. Okay, well that doesn't do anything. Can't get back that way. Well, that was fun. That was a good time.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
And we can still go up again. Okay. Let's try it again. That does anything different.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
That's right.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Okay. Fine. The pail doesn't like 3 as much as I like 3.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
There must be. There must be. Back up. Back up. Up we go.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Yeah. Is this my press conference? Because it's 1 more than 2, 2 more than 3, 3 less than 6.
His press conference,
It's great. It's 3.
building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
World's healthiest human being. All tricks revealed. Nice. How we did it. The pyramids. Live. The guy who went to Mars. Oh my gosh. This is just a bunch of famous people. An evening with world peace, baby. Is that the one we killed? Could be. Could be. What? Okay. What's here? The storyteller. Stanley reveals all in this new book. I think that's what it said. This new book. Oh my gosh. A Q&A with the world's first sentient machine. Yo, that thing's creepy. Boston Dynamics, dude. Stage floor. Okay, let's go. Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. Nice. The stage. 3333333333333. The best number.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Wait a minute. Okay, we're good. 427 333. 3 again. 3 again. Yes. The Stanley story. So much 3. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your co-workers. Oh, well, they don't exist, so that's a letter from nobody. Great. What's this? Oh, it's golf. Can we golf? Let me golf. Okay. All right. What else is here? Nothing. Up we go. The Lord, meet and greet. Featured keynote speakers. That's great.
There was no one here.
Aww.
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak. To listen to him talk about what it really means.
The elevator
to press
doors.
the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting. He was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
So sad. Until, oh, dang it. Well, that was sad. I mean, I think 3 was where it was at.
All of his co-workers... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay. Clicking. A lot.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it.
Oh, gosh.
Almost certainly 50 clicks.
Clicking.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
20 clicks? 417? Oh, gosh. They keep changing it. 417, where you is? There you are. Clicking.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Where's 437? What the crap is 437? 437? Is it this way? Where's 437? 437.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think it's this way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
No.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
437.
just to admire it.
437.
It was okay.
Where are you, 437?
But eager to get back to
Dang
business,
it.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
437.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
It's 412, 13. Where's 437? Where is it? It doesn't exist.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Anything else? This is a staple of the game, this broom closet. Okay. Where the crap is 437? Is it not here?
To a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Does it not exist? Doesn't exist, huh? Ah! Door number 437.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was one.
Okay. Where's 437? 437.
Stanley decided to go to. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the
Oh, there it is.
achievement?
Okay.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay, I still have to do it again. Dang it.
See, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
It's gotta be 50. It's 50.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
20? Okay.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
There we go.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. 415. 415. 415. 415.
Now, back to door number 437.
Oh, this is great. Just going back and forth all around. See, clicking doors does help some things.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Yeah, the copy machine. I knew that thing had a purpose.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
He's gonna laugh at us at the end of all this. Guaranteed.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
How do I do that? Oh, like this. Oh. I don't think I can. Oh.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. All right.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine do that one again.
This guy's way excited about this.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
Hey, got an achievement.
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
I don't know. Now, how do we get back to the freaking thing?
It's bucket time.
Okay. What do we do?
Stepping in.
So we're going backwards now. Doors can't hold me. Yep. Hey, wait a minute. We got the new content. Is that still legit? Interesting, because that wasn't there before. What's that say? Sales this quarter? Yeah, that's nothing. Okay. Okay. What's here? Oh, baby. You are now leaving. I'm leaving. Escape pod bay. Oh, boy. Let's go to the escape pod bay. Okay, so there's no other ways we can go. Just up here. Okay. Okay, we keep going. Wait, I didn't see what level that escape pod was, but I guess it's all the way probably at the top, I would imagine. I guess we just keep going up. I'm going to try this door every time, though, just in case. This may take a while. Oh, nope, there we go. Escape. Let's escape. Okay, so that's the same level. Okay, let's just see what's up. Oh boy. We've got the escape pod. Oh no, don't leave the bucket. Don't do it. Shh. It's okay. I do that to my pail every morning when I leave for work. No! Don't do it. Stanley, I love you. Tragic. Truly tragic. Is that it? Okay. Well, that
All of
was
his co-workers were gone.
enthralling.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
But we don't have the bucket now. No! But I need the bucket. What am I supposed to do?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
Oh,
entered the door.
come on,
This
really?
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, man. What if we begin again? Tell me we can have the bucket still? What the flippy? Is that the bucket?
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Okay. Is that it? Is there more? Oh my. Dangers of recorded messages. Replacement bucket. We got one. Yes.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
I won't.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly.
Okay, we need to put it in the bucket
and entered
killer.
the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
So we didn't
Was this
crush
better
the
than
bucket or
meeting
kill the
room?
bucket.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes,
Forgot.
perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
All right.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Okay, so was the bucket down here, or was it when you answer the phone? Was that no? The phone answer was the comedy ending, or was that when you unplug it? I can't remember. Okay, so down here we had the line, the line and the baby in the bucket closet. I think it's down here, actually.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Yeah, pretty sure it was down here. I can't remember what happens when we answer the phone.
Oh, good Stanley, I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
That's it.
The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
Yep, I know.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
We gotta say goodbye to the bucket.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Yes, absolutely. It's my favorite
Guess what the Bucket
cast
Destroyer
member.
does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Bye-bye, bucket. Bye-bye. Yeah, okay.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
Give it the bucket.
I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That
Give
is
it
its
to
singular
the bucket.
personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable
Give it
characters?
to the
Well, you
bucket
see,
destroyer.
If you really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to
Feed
the
it.
Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and go.
I tried. I really tried. There were no more options. I'm not sure what else to do.
All of his
I just don't know.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. It's bucket time.
Let's try the whiteboard ending. Is this it?
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh,
Just like that.
Who's got cold feet? Well, from here, it looks like the only way forward is down, since the lift won't be coming back, but that's okay. You've got a bucket. Did you know that buckets are routinely used as cushioning devices? It's true. You can fall on a bucket from literally any height and survive.
Okay, let's try it. Cushion me, bucket.
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
Oh. Thanks.
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Oh.
Yes,
Oh.
Whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
we've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. Us, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim.
Lovely.
Opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He said.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Oh, gosh.
Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily
That's what happened to this one.
by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Alright, here's what we need to do. Follow me.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
As it does.
Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
Paninis.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
Uh-oh.
It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending.
True.
But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually.
Maybe.
It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time. How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers. Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude, at first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
It's nice. The music's good.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable, and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Yep. No, it was close, but it is my favorite time. Yeah. It's medium accurate. It's close. It's almost accurate. Good, me too. Yes, it is. Me too. Yes, please. Cool. Oh, so I have to boot up the game again? Okay. Okay, we're booting it up to see what happens. More sliders. That's what we need. Oh, but we did that already. Slider until a dog and the cat are friends. That's great. Beautiful. Oh, what is this? A house, paperclip 9. Oh, that's... Ooh. What if we did this? Okay. Which of the two made-up words below is the most appealing to you? Occuboinkle or scrumptious? I like occuboinkle. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? Yes. What time? What is time anyway? Well, good question. Is there anything about yourself you haven't told me? Yes. No. No. Wow. That settings thing had an issue, but finally, that's what I was trying to get to, the epilogue. All I had to do was freaking restart it a whole bunch of times. So, here we are. The epilogue. Goodness gracious. Whew. Here we go. Years later, okay. Oh gosh. Wait, was this the same place we were when we got stuck out here? Yeah, just keep going. Get to the mountains. It's like Outer Wilds, Office Edition. And nighttime. Looks nice. Ooh, look at the moon. That was nice. Sunset. That would mean this is probably the last little desert scene, I would imagine. Oh, maybe not. But we got our little house back. Oh, but what's over there? Little phone booth? Little Dr. Who'sy Whatsy? Or is this the escape pod? There's a bucket in there. Please be a bucket. Yes! Absolute victory. Oh, yes. That's what we needed all along, right there. But let's get in here and see what's what. I wonder if the skip button's still going. A little generator, okay. Oh, memory. It's the memory thing. Blank page. The Stanley Parable 2. Loving memory. Dark and mysterious. Okay, what do we get? Review, The Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed... Oh. Okay, this is the same, I think. Pause it there if you wanted to read that, but I think this is all the same. We've already read this and that. Buttons. The gym buttons. Okay, that's great. I love the gym buttons. Oh, more gym buttons. Does it say a different name? Or is it all still gym? just in case. I feel like they would put a different name in somewhere. So we're going to hit them all.
Jim.
Those are still Jim.
Stanley. Jim.
Yes, you see.
Stanley. Jim. Stanley.
Oh, that's nice. Let's hear it again.
Stanley.
That's great. What's this? Some sort of Easter egg that I don't understand. But it looks great. Someone can tell me what the heck that is. Ooh. Ooh, all the Stanley things. Oh, we got so many. Yes, more. More. Give me more Stanley figs. Stanley figlies, figly Stanurines. Beautiful. Hello. Hey, it's the settings thing. You too. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. That's sad. Did you read that what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. Stanley Parable is not scared. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. I agreed. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3, okay? It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Oh, nice. Okay. The Stanley Parable 3. A pocket full of... Quarterly swimming pool. That's pretty good. I think pocket full of lawsuit is great. Or pocket full of swimming pool. Pocket full of moon. Pocket full of cowboy. Pocket full of swimming pool. The Stanley Parable 3. Pocket full of swimming pool. Beautiful. Stanley Parable 3, pocket full of swimming pool. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, I'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. Okay. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. Oh, beautiful. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? Yeah, I like it, but I want you to have a say in it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. All right, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh, it is 11:11. 11:11. Come on, baby. It's 11:11. It's 11:11 for real this time. Yes, that was lucky. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. That's fine. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. Man, that was lucky. That was the same exact time. Ooh, you are playing... like the cars. Anything else that happens? Okay, do we begin the game or do we do the epilogue properly? Let's see.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. It's bucket time.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, this is still open. Return to the expo hall. Sweet. That's what I wanted to do. Get that broken achievement. Let's do it. We'll see if we can get to the cat's meow again.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
I like 3. The return of the swimming pool or whatever.
Yes,
oh,
you
yes.
see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Yes.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The infinity hole. Or the infinite hole, it will not end. Yeah, we saw how that works out. We're going to try that again.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Let's see the cat's meow again. That was good. That was great. That was worth every moment. Okay, let's get this achievement and complete the game. We did it. It was achieved.
As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Where did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure, composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
Just breathe. Beautiful. We got it. I think we did it, everyone. We finally completed it. My brain hurts, but we did it.
What
we
else?
did it.
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Well, let's see with the jump circle. If I oh no, I still don't have any left. Really? I should have asked
You know what?
this.
Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well.
We need
I
the gym.
suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Okay, we've got the player name, and then I'm going to check the epilogue, and then we'll be done. Because I think I did everything. We'll restart the game one more time to see what's up.
I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and... Sorry, I should have clarified.
Still
right
Jim.
now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
No.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
No.
Sleeping and waking as Jim.
No.
Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim.
I've been
Seizing
Jim.
all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as
No.
Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply?
No.
Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I'm not.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Yet. I gotta press the stupid button. Fine. Well, press it so much that he gets rid of it. Again. And then there's a Stanley one at the end.
Yes! You see! What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal that... Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
Okay, thank
Otherwise,
you.
soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
I'm Stanley. Look at my bucket. It tells me. What happens if we go to the bucket thing? With the
I
bucket.
suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Let's go to the bucket thing with the bucket.
Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Did we break it?
Stanley!
Oh.
Thank
Oh.
God.
No, where's my bucket?
Stanley,
No.
The power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them.
My
I
bucket.
know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk.
How dare you?
I hope one day you can forgive me.
I never will. That's just terrible. Just terrible that you would do that to me. Awful. Okay, epilogue time. Let's see if we can collect the collectible again and make up for the one we didn't get. Out of... Oh, you've been here already. Give me the collectible, you little rascal. Okay, fine. Epilogue. Epilogue. Settings World Champion. I didn't do that yet. Okay. Settings. Just make everything all the way. Be the champion. Okay. I think that's what we do. This is going to be interesting. Did I do it? Oh my gosh. Did I not do it? How do we do it? That's what we do, right? Set settings. Okay, we reset the settings. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
Bumpscosity. That sounds great. Great job, you did it. Settings World Champion. Congratulations. You are the champion of setting all the slides to all the possible numbers. Please enjoy this room. This is your room. It's made just for you. They will never set the setting sliders to every possible setting. Yes, we will. Do I get this trophy? Can I take it? Settings World Champion. I want to see what bumpscosity is. Okay, let me fix something. Not sure what auto walk is, but do we get bumpscosity yet? Oh, bumpscosity. Adjusts the bumpscosity. Nice. Set it to 1,000. Beautiful. Oh, here's the epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Okay.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never... Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together with what...
Alright, y'all. That's been the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, also known as the Stanley Parable 3, Pocket Full of Swimming Pool. I'm sure if we just exit out, we can see more titles, but beautiful. I think it just changes every time. Good. Let's keep it going. Stanley Parable 5, Stanley's Tiny Love. It's good. Beautiful. I'm tired. I've done this long enough. I think we've explored most of the options, almost everyone, so I'm satisfied with that. If there's any more, I might add them to the video. I might not. You just have to go explore for yourself. But it's been fun. We did most of the stuff. Yeah, it's been great. So hope you guys all have a wonderful evening and wonderful day, wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, and we'll see you next time. See you later. The pail says bye. Bye. Don't go, Stanley.